Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. Yahweh B'Hashem Yeshua B'Katah. Before I get this lesson started, I give all praise and glory to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai B'Hashem Ruach HaKodesh, and double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone of whom I learned from, and a shalom to the hope elect taking this truth to the four corners, bidding the elect spirits of Yasharallah to the marriage supper of the Lamb, who is Yahweh Shai. This is your brother Radah. Just a quick lesson on the taunting proverb that Esau has become and is becoming because of everything that is just jumping off the pages, man. There's no turning back, man. There's so many precepts. Listen to some of this stuff, man. Let's start off with this.
These are well, the DEI white men have showed up.
Just listen. I mean, now, again, America, hyper-feminism, the women's lib, that whole doctrine that Esau unleashed into to America through fucking Hollywood and music by showing these liberated women who are not submitted to men. You got them all from fucking Mary Tyler Moore in the 70s and the 60s to Madonna. Women like fucking Julia Roberts, all of those women, all those types of women, they were all used. Cyndi Lauper, Girls Just Want to Have Fun, all that shit was programming to get women where we see they are today. And we understand that the prophecy said the Most High would cause a woman to compass a man, which means to go around his authority to find strength in another authority, which is the digital man, the system that Esau has set up. But that's not what this lesson's about. I'm bringing up this chick right here. She just the taunting proverb that the so-called white man is becoming and will continue to become as we move forward. Check this out. There's a couple different videos.
My comments. Let me just make this clear. We all know you guys have most of your jobs because of white supremacy DEI. Because you're a white man. We know that. White women, we benefited really well from actual DEI, for sure. And from our proximity to white supremacist men, of course. That's why you guys get so mad when I talk about this stuff, because you see me and you're like, wow, I know, isn't that a bitch? Either way, we all know you guys are underqualified. So you can say racist stuff, like it's okay for the NFL to have a majority black workforce and labor force, but not have equivalent representation in coaching and front offices and ownership. You could say that, but what we actually...
And that goes into the curses, right? This is the people misunderstand. They don't understand that we are currently in our punishment right now. This is also why Esau, the so-called white man, has had it so good. He has had the Hebrew Israelites in his possession. He has the head nation and all of its benefits under his power. We are called the salt of the earth by Yahweh Shai. Even in the curses, even though we're out of our minds and we don't know our heritage and we're not calling on the name of Yahweh, while Yahweh Shai, and we're just getting our asses kicked by the curses, we're still the Israelites. And the benefit of having that group of people in your possession, in your power, do you understand? Slavery for the so-called white man, concerning us being in captivity, and all the inventions and all the entertainment and all the food. This includes the Northern Kingdom. Every aspect of what we do in life has been a beneficial reality for the so-called white race. We've made their life so colorful, and she's not understanding that part. Okay.
What we know is going on is that you are terrified of the idea of actually needing to be qualified, the most qualified person in a room, in a league, in a company. All you have is the lore passed down to you by your shitty racist families that you are entitled to something. And so when the Attorney General of Florida, who spent the better part of the last decade licking the bottom of the stiletto boots that Ron DeSantis wears, when he sees an opportunity, he's going to grab it. He's going to grasp at that. Because you guys are the most insecure losers on the planet. The only way you stay on top is by making sure other people don't have a shot at it. But we all know it. There's no turning back. There's no way for you to make us unknow that you are very often the least intelligent people in rooms, very often the most entitled, right? And sometimes you guys don't even know that because you think you've done so much work to get where you got. It's actually like watching a little kid like so proud of building a fucking sandcastle. Like they are architects of a real home because that's the only thing they have to compare it to. They don't know what it takes to actually build a house. The sandcastle is the closest thing they've ever come. So I get why you think you're all so fucking qualified. No one's ever told you you're not, and you've never actually had to fucking work your way through a system twice, 3 times, 10 times as hard. So of course you fucking feel oppressed by any idea of equality. And I know every time you hear a white person, a white man or woman say something like this, call us out on our own bullshit, on our own white bullshit, you think that there's been some sort of mystical spell cast upon me, because that's the only way you would ever betray your own whiteness. You would only ever betray your own whiteness because of sex, attraction, power, right? That's the only way you would ever consider not leaning into your perceived white supremacy. No matter what the NFL does, no matter what these industries do, no matter how many times you try to stack the deck even more, it's not going to change the fact that we know you guys are fucking losers. The DEI white.
So there's a prophecy, right? Taunting proverb, narrowly look upon. There's a few of them. Taunting proverb. So Habakkuk? Yeah. Habakkuk 2:6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, how long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. What is this going into? Thick clay goes into debt. And who has the biggest debt system on the planet Earth? The fucking so-called white man, headed up by the banking families, the Amalekites, the head tribe of Esau, Edom. This is talking about them. Who increases that which is not his? Are they not also called the thief? Yes, he comes to steal, kill, and destroy. Every fucking thing they have, they're stealing right now as we speak. Donald Trump's been stealing using the fucking system of the fucking, what do you call it? The fucking, now I'm brain farting at the stock market, Slovakia. He's been using the system of the stock market to steal. All they fucking do is steal. They're the biggest thieves on the planet Earth, even though they have accused us of stealing. And Jake, the Israelites, the so-called blacks and Latinos, we do steal. But most of us, when we do steal, we steal from a position of poverty. These motherfuckers are rich and they steal. Exactly. Completely different. I think there's even a law that says when a man steals because he's hungry, when he's caught, he shall pay back sevenfold. Or man, don't despise a man so much if he steals because he's poor or hungry. It makes sense. Esau accuses us in our poverty for stealing and says that we're the face of theft, when in fact it's actually them that steals the most, and prophecy backs it all up. So she's one of many that is going into this taunting proverb. Let's get the etymon real quick. Taunting. Taunting, to taunt, right there. To make a smart reply, all right? Answer with a mocking rejoinder, reproach in a sarcastic way. So to tempt, try to provoke, what else? Let me see. So much for, so sarcastic rejoinder. So you see what's happening to the image of the so-called white man. People are beginning to look at this dude like he's a fucking clown, which is going to completely impact his social status, his rulership, his authority, every fucking thing, his credibility. It's all fucked, bro. It's all fucked.
Soldiers. Why do you think I need you to... Hey guys, yo, it's over. It's fucking over, bro. We're fucked. I actually don't think we're going to make it out of this. I do not think the United States of America will exist in the year 2028. I'm not kidding. I think there's only two options here: a complete national divorce where we split this nation into 2 or 3 different nations, or
which is 2 Ezra 15 and 16, right? It's all this is all prophecy, man. It's all in the Bible. These guys are coming from they're looking at all the physical evidences of things, but they're not understanding the prophetic foundation of it all. And they don't understand this is judgment. We are at the 2 Ezra 6:9, Esau's world. The age of Esau, the eon of Esau has finally fucking come to an end. We are at the beginning stages of the end of his rulership. I mean, we're at the last of the last. And then and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. Another age, another seed line, another nation of people is going to rule, and it's not going to be Russia or fucking China. It's not going to be a renewed America. It's going to be a Yahushua, the star that rises out of Jacob.
global thermonuclear holocaust is going to begin. We bombed Iranian oil fields, okay, the largest oil field on planet Earth. And then the Iranians justifiably responded by bombing the oil fields in Qatar. Guys, this is irreversible. This is irreversible. Okay, best case scenario, let's say hypothetically Trump surrendered right now and we withdrew all U.S. forces from the entirety of the Levant. That's the Middle East for you stupid red hat wearing troglodytes. If we did that, it would take 15 years for the world to reset back to where it was before Donald Trump decided to illegally and offensively start a war in Iran at the behest of Israel. 15 years. And that's best case. He's not going to surrender. Right now, Donald Trump is threatening to nuke Iran. So are the Israelis. They're preparing to use their nuclear arsenals, which, by the way, they had nuclear ambiguity up until this point. They were like, maybe we have...
Remember, and there's another prophecy. So they take what's not theirs, and as a result of their financial practices, they owe a lot of money and they don't pay it back, but they want everybody to pay them back. So that goes in their hypocrisy. The least of the flock. The least of the flock, and that's the least of the flock, L-E-A-S-T. The least of the flock shall draw the least of the flock. Well, my freaking eyeballs are burning. I gotta go. Jeremiah 50 and 45. Therefore, hear ye the counsel of Yahweh that he hath taken against Babylon. It's talking about America and his purposes that he hath purposed against the land of the Chaldeans. It's also talking about America because of their witchcrafts. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. What's that talking about? That's the Confederacy, right? The alliedness that Esau in America has with his brother Amalek, the fake small hats, the people claiming to be us. That's the controversy of Zion. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out because they're the head. They're the first of the nations. Amalek is the first of the nations right now. Why? Because Edom is in rulership, and there's tribes that make up Edom, just like there's tribes that make up Israel. And just like Judah, the so-called blacks in America, are the head tribe out of all 12 tribes, Amalek is the head tribe out of all the tribes of Edom. Out of all the white people, the top white people are the small hats, the people posing to be God's chosen people. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. So that's what this is going into.
Turn around for transport. Hey guys, it's ambiguity up until this point. They were like, maybe we have nukes, maybe we do not. We operate in nuclear ambiguity. I don't know why I put a French accent on them. Maybe it's because they're all fucking European. Not a single fucking one of you Israelis are Semitic. You're all fucking European. You should pack up.
They are Semitic. They're Esau. They're Edomites. They're Hebrew Edomites. They are Semitic. They're just Hebrew Edomites. They're rejected.
Bag and go home, give that fucking land back to the Palestinians. Regardless, that's a topic for another fucking day, if we even have any more fucking days, because you 77 million red hat wearing fucking assholes decided to vote for a pedophile, warmongering child rapist. That's what the fuck you did. And you're gonna have to live with that shit.
Taunting proverb. Esau is becoming the sole focus of that prophecy, the taunting proverb, man.
Guys, the price of gasoline in California has hit $7 a gallon. I naively thought it's going to hit $10, and that's when everyone's going to be like, oh my God, bitch, it might hit 20. It might hit 20. We're at the point where Donald Trump is begging China for help. He's begging China to send their fucking warships to the Strait of Hormuz. We are putting boots on the ground, by the way. On Fox News, they're like, yeah, we're putting boots on the ground in Karg Island, but that's not really boots on the ground. It's just an island. What? So if the Chinese put boots on the ground in Hawaii, you wouldn't consider that an invasion of the United States? Is that where we are? I can't stress enough how unbelievably fucked we are. Maybe you can tell because I'm not screaming.
Let's jump from that to this.
The Israelis have
Police vehicle. In Iran, it's not an energy. The only reason that was when you had Ranger Corbin. Fucking. It's coming.
The DEI white men have.
There goes some quick clips of white on white crime. These motherfuckers, look at this shit. Those are two cowboys fighting police officers hard as shit. Something you rarely see Jake doing. Jake does do it, but you don't see it that much. Yet this is who these motherfuckers are with themselves. This is how they've always been amongst themselves. White on white crime is the biggest kept secret in the fucking universe, and it's all being exposed. These motherfuckers always fight and kill each other, bro. They're always talking about we jump each other or we jump them, and they're always, everything they say about us is a confession of what they really are.
Oh my God! Yeah, what?
This is a bunch of women in the military praying to white Jesus, bro. I don't know if this is AI or if this is the truth. Is the result of Renaissance Western Christianity, because if they truly understood the scriptures, they would understand Joel chapter 2 verse 20, they would understand 2nd Ezra chapter 15 verses 28 down to 31, they would be listening to the prophets, the elders and the apostles, the great millstone. They wouldn't be fucking worshiping or following white Jesus, and they wouldn't be going into battle with Esau against the other nations. They would understand by what it says in the scriptures that America is the land of our captivity, and that we were brought here to serve slavery as a form of punishment and judgment to the God who loves us, to the God in high power, the Salakia, the Most High, that we committed adultery against, and that He considers His wife, that He put us away for divorcement, and by the blood of Yahushua we are being prepared and being made ready in our repentance, facing the east, crying out to Him for salvation, admitting our transgressions. We have sinned against you, Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahushua. We have committed adultery against you. We have passed the holy sea to the fires of Molech. And your judgments against us are righteous and true, and you look handsome. You are altogether lovely on the battlefield right now in prophecy, because we see the sovereignty of your glory, the sovereignty of your name and your word and your power all over the earth through the understanding of prophecy. We got to confess these things rather than, what are they asking? They're asking for an Edomite God to protect them in Edomite supremacy. Yet you see all kinds of Jacob in here fighting a battle for their oppressors. Because why? They're in the land, they're in the congregation of the dead, because they have no fucking understanding. And this is what Renaissance Western Christianity has done to anyone who follows it. It gives a pass for the so-called white man, because Esau, Edom is never mentioned. The controversy of Zion is never mentioned in Renaissance Western Christianity. It's all hyper love. God loves everybody, and it's white supremacy, because all the angels, all the images of Caesar Borgia, it's all white men. It's all white people. It's a white religion. And they're up for judgment right now. And they're not white, they're red. But these motherfuckers don't understand that. And if you understood that they were up for judgment, you wouldn't be on their side. All who are found with them. What's that prophecy, man? All who are found with them shall die. I'm butchering it, man. I'm butchering it. Everyone that is found shall be right there. Isaiah 13:15, Salakia. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. I wouldn't even, me personally, speaking as a man, I know that we can have Edomite women as concubines, but I wouldn't be married to one. If she's your girlfriend, yeah, but I would not be in a contractual agreement with one, because I wonder if that last part goes into marriage, man. You know, you got to be careful with this shit. Yes, we can have Edomite concubines, but you can't have one for a fucking wife. You can't be in covenant with that bitch. You can't. They're our arch enemy. Yes, we can have them as possessions, and we will have them in the future as possessions, but you can't be married to one. You see how, once you understand the way these precepts write, again, also, what's happening? What are we dealing with? Isaiah 19, man. Everything. Good Lord, bro. Everything. Tawada Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai B'Hashem HaKadosh, for the men of GMS, the elders and the apostles of GMS, bro. Like, dude, if we wouldn't have been given, if he wouldn't have kept his word, and he gave us pastors to feed us according to knowledge and understanding, according to his heart, bro. Look, the burden of Egypt. This is talking about America. Behold, Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence. What is this going into? Yes, it's going into all the bullshit religions. White Jesus. But not only white Jesus, the so-called white man himself. Because white Jesus, Renaissance Western Christianity, the paintings of God, the paintings of angels, all looking like white men, made the Edomites, who are actually fucking red, it made them something special on the earth above everybody, which became a fucking idol. They're a fucking idol, bro. And the way nobody judges them, and the way no one talks about them according to the scriptures, they're the only nation of people on the earth that can go all over the planet Earth, causing havoc, taking things, raping, murdering, killing, and it's always okay. But anybody who speaks against it's wrong. All that shit's coming down. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence. And the heart of Egypt, as a result of the so-called white man and his bullshit images being brought down, everybody who has put their trust in the shadow of Egypt, on the foundation, everybody who has leaned on Egypt, what's going to happen? It will pierce you through. What's that? Oh, man. He who leans, I'm butchering it. He who leans shall be pierced through. And it's going into the charagma. It's going into the fucking RFID chip. No, fuck. Man, I know those of you that know that precept are like, right there. Right, okay, so, Bruce Reed. Oh, man. Let me see this. Let me see. Those who go down to Egypt. Those who go down to Egypt. Those who go down to Egypt. Go down to Egypt. I want to get that. To Egypt. Let me see. Woe unto them who go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses and trust in chariots. Who's got the biggest horses and chariots? Who's got the biggest military? Why do you think all those women, why do you think all these fucking women right here are in the military? For provision, for help. Same with the men. But now they got to go to war because they are many, and for horsemen and horse because they are very strong. But they look not into the Holy One of Israel, neither seek Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Whenever you see that capital L-O-R-D, that's his name that they took out and covered it over with L-O-R-D. His name is Yahweh. Yet he also, man, hold on. Where's that one? Okay. Man. There's another one. If you get pierced through, it will pierce you through. It's probably in the same chapter. Let me see. If he lean against the wall, man, I'm butchering it. It will pierce him. It will pierce him. It will pierce. It will pierce him. I know I'm fucking it up. Let me see. There it is. That was it. I didn't know it. I didn't have it memorized. Salakia. Isaiah 36:9. How then wilt thou turn away the face of one captain of the least of my master's servants, and put thy trust on Egypt for Hey, hold on. Lo, thou that trust in the staff of this broken reed. That's it, man. Let me see. That's it. I trust in the staff of this broken reed. Salakia, that trusteth in the staff of this broken reed. These are all poems. These are all dark sayings. They're lyrics to the song. Verse 36:6. Lo, thou that trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, if you stay, if you put your trust, if you go to it for help, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him. So is Trump. So is the so-called white man. This system is about to set up with the digital currency and get everybody dependent on the fucking digital currency, which will then lead to the RFID chip. That's what's going to happen once this system collapses and falls. And we can't put our trust in anything these people say. We should have learned our lesson. You should have learned your lesson from COVID. You should learn your lesson from so-called slavery. Every fucking thing this man has ever goddamn said has been a fucking lie. Everything. And yet you guys put your trust in him because you think Jesus is white. You think Yahweh Shai's name is Jesus. All that shit matters, bro. One more thing.
Why do you think I'm here?
One more thing.
It's not well,
it's really interesting the amount of my friends that are sending me videos and are like, hey, Ryan.
Now, this particular video, it's just more confessions, more admissions, more evidence of the crimes against humanity that the so-called fucking white man solely has committed against the Hebrew Israelites and everybody else on planet Earth. And yet people think that the Most High is not going to make this man drink the cup. You're fucking crazy. He's going to reap everything he's sown. The Most High would be an unjust judge if he did not cause Esau, Edom, to drink the cup. And the cup is judgment. The cup is the curses. The cup is slavery. The cup is destruction. The cup is poverty and disease. A low status. A very horrible state. A position of hell on the earth. And it's going to happen to them for 1,000 days. For 1,000 years, a whole day. A millennial of this judgment will take place on this earth where the so-called white man is in the most fucked up position possible. And then when he's done serving that time, he will be completely erased from reality. It's according to prophecy, Obadiah. But listen to this shit, man. This stuff has to happen back to them.
You thought the United States was the good guy in this country. You need to check out this. Do you know what we've done to the Philippines? Do you know the history of the United States government in the Philippines? And the fact that this country still considers the United States of America their greatest ally? Well, newsflash to the Filipinos. You considering the United States government Your greatest ally is the equivalent of America considering Israel our greatest ally. And if you haven't seen what Israel has done to us, you might want to take a look, because that's exactly what America is doing to you, the Philippines. Check this out.
This is part 2 of looking at the question of, are Filipinos ungrateful to Americans? It's 1898. America wants to expand its colonial empire by taking Cuba and Puerto Rico away from Spain. They also agree with some Filipino revolutionaries to help Philippines fight for their independence. The Filipinos have already done most of the legwork by the time the U.S. joins in. And when the Spanish realize they're about to lose, they decide they don't want to surrender to brown people. The U.S. also agreed that white people should never surrender to brown people, and agreed to stage a fake battle so that the Spanish can surrender to the Americans instead of the Filipinos. When terms of the surrender are being discussed, the Americans literally lock the Filipinos out of the discussion. After the discussion is over, America becomes the new colonizer of the Philippines. The Filipinos want to discuss terms with Americans, but they refuse, firing the first shots of the Filipino-American War. The war is so brutal that the details are hidden from the American public. America moves hundreds of thousands of Filipinos into concentration camps, where nearly 20% of them die from starvation or from cholera. Many Filipino women are forced to prostitute themselves to American soldiers for food. This would be the beginning of what people call the American military sexual complex, where STDs became so rampant with American soldiers and the women in these camps that the American military had to step in and send doctors to
And they always say American, American. I made a comment on this guy's page. Stop saying America. Say it's the white man. It's the so-called white man. Quit hiding behind these bullshit titles of the government, the Democrats, the Republicans, the Americans. No, fucking say the race of people. It's the so-called fucking white man.
These STDs, but not the cholera that was killing the Filipinos. The concentration camps were better than some of the other options. In Balingiga, the orders were to just kill every male over the age of 10. They would often torture and SA women to find the locations of their husbands or brothers to genocide them. SA was really rampant during this war. We know this because many American soldiers wrote letters back about how bad it was. Many of them were proud of how bad it was. There were a lot of accounts of breaking into houses to kill everyone there and SA all the women. There were other accounts about how Filipino women would hide in the woods because anyone found in the villages was considered fair game. And even though many soldiers came forward later to testify against other soldiers, no one was ever punished for this. It's estimated almost 1 million people died during this war. This war is so bad that the American education system erases it from history. Do you agree with these commentators who think that Filipinos are ungrateful for everything America has done for them? In the next part, we're going to talk about how the Americans put the conquered Filipinos into zoos.
So it's really interesting.
So you see just so much shit. And again, what is it? Those who see them shall narrowly look upon them. That's Isaiah 14, I believe. Those who see him shall narrowly look upon him. Look, let me see. Yep. Isaiah, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee. Isaiah 14. It's talking about the fall of Lucifer, which Lucifer goes into the head, goes into the 1% rulership, the banking families, the Chaldeans, the small hats, the families that operate in human blood, the feast of blood mentioned in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 12 verses 3, 4, 5, and 6. The ones who eat and torture human beings, but that's the practices they do, and they get all the power, all the downloads, the technologies, the strategies to rule and govern the earth. They're being brought down, and as they are being brought down, so is the rest of the body, the neck, the chest, the waist, the entire structure of the so-called white male, white female caste system. Everything, the middle class, the upper middle class, all of them are going to suffer once the head takes a shot, because they can't do anything above their fucking rulers. They can't. Once the head gets cut off, the whole fucking body falls, and everybody's going to trample, the fucking body. And that's what's happening, man. So I pray that this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, by Shem Kakodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone of whom I learned from, and the shalom to the hopefully elect, taking this truth to the four corners of the earth, bidding the elect spirits of Yasharallah to the marriage supper of the Lamb, who is Yahweh Shai. This is your brother Radah. Shalom.